back. I'm Arvelyn Lewis and I sell real estate. And the last time we were here, this beautiful young lady and I introduced you to her. She is my Aunt Shirley. I flew in yesterday, actually 2 days ago, because we wanted to visit again. I always miss her when I'm away.
So I miss her too.
Yes, and when I came into the airport, they had popsicles for me, and it was such a treat because you know those big John, I think they were called Big Johns, the ones that are yellow and red. It's real hot here. I want you to understand that those popsicles were extra special. And then when we got to the house, she had cooked up some peas and lima beans together in the same pot. My God, they were so good. Made some cornbread, the
down home stuff.
Oh my God, it was so good. But we are here together today. Before we start talking, I want to make sure that you remember that she is Shirley Sanders, the author of Ceci's Journey. Tell us just a little bit about that one.
Well, Ceci's Journey, I wrote it quite a few years back, and it's about my life in the South, in Louisiana, Mississippi.
Yes,
so I just wrote a lot of things that I knew about myself, and I wanted to share with others. And if you want to find out, well, you need to buy Ceci's Journey.
And when did you write this?
I think it was 2014.
I know. I mean, how old were you when you wrote it?
I was 80 years old.
This was the first book she ever wrote at 80. And then she followed it up because that was so much fun with the Kennards and the Lockwoods. Just a little bit about this one.
That was about a family that grew up down in southern Louisiana near New Orleans. And it's sort of like the way they lived. And so it's a fiction.
This is fiction.
And I was able to make a nice story about that. And I have book 1 and 2. And 3 is almost ready. I think it'll be done soon. So the Kennards and the Lockwoods, there will be a treat if you want to give it a try.
Okay. And then this is the children's book, right?
Yes, I had 2. I have one earlier than that. It did well. And this is about Kwanzaa.
Okay.
And that is a good collection that anybody can read and enjoy. And it's a coloring book.
Yes.
So look for the Principles of Kwanzaa. That's the name of the book.
Okay, so we got that done. So just to remind everybody a little bit about what we talked about when y'all fell in love with Aunt Shirley. It's my Aunt Shirley, but I like to share her with you. Everybody knows her as Aunt Shirley.
Yeah.
So we're going to recap just a little bit about who she is and tell us a bit. This is always so much fun for me because I learn about my history, and then by learning my history, I also learn African American history, which is American history, and she loves to share this with you. This video was her idea, so buckle up. We're gonna have a little fun. Hopefully, it'll be fun. So, remind us about your father.
My father was a wonderful man. He went to the military, and he learned how to do a lot of things there. And he was he was kind of one of the big guys in the community. And he just did so many things. And some of the things he did, like he made sure that we had food, we'd grow trees, we'd grow peaches. We grew apples, but it didn't look right for us. But we grew apples, figs, and peanuts. Oh, and he had hogs. Oh my God, he had sausages, anything you could man. And he would grow beans for Del Monte Cannery. He would do those things, and we made money doing that. We'd sell peanuts by the side of the road by a little peanut stand, and just so many things. And he would make tires. They call it tires for the railroad. Cut those trees down, cut them up, and they would buy them. And he learned how to file the saws for the people in the CC camp. He did that for a lot of years. So he was in the military too. So that's how he learned a whole lot of things. And he ended up buying 43 acres of land for $43. And he bought a couple more himself. And it was a good thing because we grew up, didn't have nothing but food. But that's what we needed to survive. We didn't need the shoes and the hats and the dresses, and we didn't have them anyway. But we didn't worry about it either because everybody was acting the same. Nobody had one pair of shoes and one dress for church. That was a way of life. And I was 12 years old before we got electricity in the house. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I didn't say they didn't have it. We didn't get it because you had to be on the line. And we had a party line telephone. Everybody else talking.
Okay.
it was amazing how, but we had fun. We grew up. He taught. I had very good parents that taught us good morals, how to live. We trusted God because that's what the way they live. And I'm just so happy to be here and remembering what they taught us and how I'm living. I live that way too.
Mm-hmm.
I have a garden in my backyard, but I do enjoy sharing what my father and my mother taught us.
Mm-hmm. Now you said that he grew, this is something that I just learned this weekend, that he grew foods for Del Monte for the plants.
For the canneries.
For the canneries. And also important was the acreage, $1 per acre.
Yes.
Okay, very different from what we're paying now. And acreage costs different wherever it is, but for an acre of land, it was $1 at that time.
Right.
And in order to vote, you said he had to.
Oh yeah. I don't think everybody had to do that. I know as a black person, you had to have registration receipt.
Registration.
I didn't
receipt.
quite say it right, but you know what I'm talking about. I know how to say it too. But anyway, you had to have 2 receipts in order to vote. And those 2 receipts would allow you, and you couldn't be like 2-3 years, like this year and last year. You had to have that if you want to vote in the next election.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to show them.
Okay.
You had to show them and pull them out. My father, it was a little piece of rag when his time come, because he showed everybody he had his vote. He had his vote rights.
Right.
And
So
I'm glad. Yes.
a little bit just about voting. In order to vote back when her father was voting, you had to own land. That's much I knew from just understanding real estate as a realtor. You had to own land. And she's also explaining that you had to register to vote, which costs $1, the same amount that 1 acre of land would cost. But not just $1, you had to register for 2 years, and then that would be $2. So it actually costs more to register to vote than it did to own 1 acre of land.
That's right.
Okay. And just before, you just celebrated your 94th birthday, right?
94 years old.
Okay. And that makes you a nonagenarian.
A nonagenarian.
Okay.
And that is a person, male or female, that's from 90 years old to 99.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been a nonagenarian for 4 years now.
Okay. All right.
And I only have 6 more to go to be a centenarian. Say the word for me. Centenarian.
We go tied up in the tongue trying to say the
Yeah, I
word.
know how to say it, but I always remember I'm 94.
94. Still ticking though. Still ticking.
I love life and it's loving me.
Mm-hmm. Now we talked about your father and how he earned wages and provided for the family. Tell us about your mom and her fashion sense.
My mother would just, she was just I guess a frugal person. She knew how to do everything because she was a canner. She canned our food. She had this big, huge garden that grew everything in there. And she would can that. And then she'd always make our clothes too. It might have been stick dresses, but it was dresses.
Dresses.
She would go and buy material. She'd buy us once a year. School time, we had new material. She'd lay that on the bed and cut it out like a stick, and we wore it. They were just as happy. Everybody wore stick dresses. I mean, a few of them might have been able to buy some downtown off the rack, but we were not. And we were happy. We were just as happy. And then she would be very innovative by us not having a lot of cash money. We had a lot of food. We had lots of that. And she would go to this garment factory that they had in the city, which is like 7 miles away. And she would go to the garment factory and asked him to save her the scraps so she could make her kids some clothes, underwear. That was flannel. And she'd piece it up and piece that. And when she could have pieced that big, a certain width, she would make underwear. I was out in pajamas.
And you said she made the underwear from flannel, right?
Yeah, the same patches. But we were blessed. See, my mother had fear of God in her heart, and she always lived right. And when they found out that she had 8 children, she didn't have to worry about the scrap. They would hide bolts of flannel in the big bag that they would give her. And I was so glad. I know she was glad because we didn't have to wear the patches anymore. And we did keep using them, but we was able to have something a little decent And she made it, and we were just blessed. She didn't steal nothing.
Yeah.
They just put it in there. And when she got home, she would see that she had an extra bowl of material.
Yeah.
And that was a blessing right there.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you should steal nothing, but she didn't. They gave it to her.
Yeah.
And she made our underwear and pajamas out of that.
Underwear from flannel. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. I love learning these things so much because I know that I am so blessed I don't have flannel underwear. Oh,
She did.
Ooh.
It was so nice and warm because listen, it was cold. Ice was coming out of the ground. We needed flannel underwear.
Oh, jeez.
And we got them. And it's not funny because it wasn't funny then either. We were
Yes. Okay. Now, you also shared with me some stuff about how medicine was handled then that blew my mind. Tell me about that.
Honey, my mother she was part Indian. She's part Choctaw Indian. And she looked it. She had long, pretty black hair, high cheeks, which is a sort of a sign that they have quite a... Anyway, she was so much like her mother, who had long, pretty, beautiful white hair. Hers was black, or she passed away early. But my mother knew how, if something happened to her, I walked into the door, a hanger, and almost was blinded. Well, she didn't have any medicine. We didn't have a car to get to the city. She got some kerosene, I think, put on her face and rubbed on my eye. And I can still see.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm still seeing. So that's where I said, go and look out after us. And I was almost blinded in that eye, but she didn't. Oh, she had kerosene. That's what she put on it.
Yeah. We so blessed, y'all. Okay, so that's who she is. That's where she comes from. At 94, we have evolved into a lot of stuff, but she's still here at 94. Do you have many friends or family that you are able that can experience this or have the same experiences that you have had?
My sister, I have a 91-year-old sister.
Okay.
And we were real close. We always, just was when we grew up, we was just, one wouldn't go nowhere without the other one, you know. But anyway, she's 91, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we went, we talk every day on the phone, pretty much not every day, but we do talk a lot. And I'm just grateful to have a sister. And my brother passed away. He was 92. And my last brother that I raised, he was 80. So we kind of do live a long time.
Mm-hmm. And you say you raised your brother who was 82.
Yeah, my mother passed when she was 52, and he was 11 years old. And my sister, which is her mother,
my mother,
is 13. She was
13 when
so I'm
your
actually
mother
like
passed.
her grandmother because I raised her brother.
Yes. Sort of, yeah. But my mother was 13 when your mother passed away.
Right.
Okay, right. Okay, now how old were your parents when they passed away?
My mother was 52.
So young like my mother.
Yeah, 52.
Okay.
And my father was 95.
Oh, okay. So the longevity is coming from his bloodline.
His bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was not demented. He wouldn't even have Alzheimer's, none of that stuff. He was still, had married him a young lady. And he was able to cook. He'd go to catch a bus and go to town and buy stuff. And he kept the land up. And he was just doing like I'm doing. I'm taking care of myself too. With the help of the garden. Now, don't forget, I believe in God.
Yeah.
But I drive. I have a garden. I do a lot of things for myself.
So
the Lord help me. I'll never take credit.
Yeah. So tell us about what you do on a daily routine. What's your daily routine like?
Okay. I'm a creature of habit. I am a creature because I document things. I put things away where I can go back and find it. My day start early. I get up like sometimes 6 o'clock. I don't just jump out of the bed. I sit there and thank God, number one. I thank before I even put my foot on the floor. Thank God for letting me have another good night and seeing another morning. So that's my first thing I do. And then after I get up and see how I'm going to get it, how I'm going to feel today. Because you get up, your back might be hurting, your knee may be hurting. But you know, you got a knee, you got a back. So go ahead, don't worry about it. They don't hurt all the morning. Because some mornings I get up, I feel one. And I do think for that too. Now I go in the bathroom and do whatever I have to do in there. You know, my hygienic things. I do that. And then I don't rush. I try to be where I can control myself. Because when you fall, it's because you made a misstep or you did something wrong. You have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to take care of this old lady, and I don't rush around here. I get things done, but I take my time and do. So I come out of there, and when I come out, I open my pantry door, and on that door, I have my day planned out. Do I have an appointment today? Or what am I supposed to do first? Or what do I need to do now? Am I going to do this? And there's nothing to do that day, then I know I'm free. Then I start out to get the newspaper. I read the paper and I do 4 puzzles in the newspaper. So I go out there. When I come back in, I turn my coffee on. I have coffee. I drink 16 ounces of water and I warm it. And I put a little bit of vitamin C drops in it. I don't know, don't ask me why, I just do it. And anyway, I think it helps my body. And I drink it and sip it. In the meantime, the coffee's making, but I don't put nothing in my mouth until I have the water first. Then I can have my coffee and I work my puzzle. And I look at the morning news. I want to know the local news. I want to know what's going on in my city because I still go out, but I can find out what's going on without going out. So that's what I do. And then after I do the paper, I don't know what time. Sometimes it takes me longer. Sometimes if I've got to do something, I don't always finish them. And then I'll go outside and make sure I get a little sun. Not a lot. I go outside the back and look in the garden and see how it's going and whether I need to take something out or I need to put something in. You know, when you garden, you don't know what you're going to do when you go out there. Right now, I'm watching my sweet potatoes. They are just growing everywhere, and I love it. And I just got through picking my apricots and I had to throw some out. There were so many. I had so many.
It was a trough of apricots. A trough.
And I gave them to the neighbors. Some most people, I don't like apricots. So what are you gonna do with them? I cook some. I just kind of cook some and put a little spices in them, and I'll have them for like on my toast in the morning. But you can only do that so long, and I was tired too, and I just had surgery on my hand. So some things I don't do right now, which they're better. But I have lots to do every day. And then I try to call, I talk to somebody. My daughter and I call every morning. I expect her to call, or I expect to call her. So we have that going. And I got he's not new, but my great-grandson, he's 3 years, they moved in a couple of months ago. And I just love that. Having little Paddlefoot in the house. He's only here with me 3 days. Not me. His mother keep him because, I'm too old to keep a baby now. I've been up for God this year. No, but I love that little boy. He's so sweet, and I have others, but they're not here. They're in other cities.
Okay.
But I look and I see them on Facebook, and I just smile. Oh, that's my great-grandkid. I just have a new one just born last week.
Yeah.
I have not even seen him.
Yeah.
But I just watch them. They grow up on Facebook, so I get to see them. And
so the point is, though, that you have something going on
all the time.
Something that you have to make sure that you don't miss it today.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's something that you got to do tomorrow, right? The next day.
All right, and I water my plants. I have plants in there, and I make sure they stay nice and green and put them in the window. I love just growing things, and I grow things that I can eat, and I do eat them.
And at 94, we have enjoyed things here today that I've been here from the garden.
Yeah.
And you are the one maintaining the garden.
I am.
Okay. Now, does the cook come in and cook for you every day?
What cook? Her name is Aunt Shirley.
So nobody's
I don't want nobody cooking for me. I know what I want it to taste like, and I know what I want to eat. And I eat good food. I don't eat junk food.
Do you ever go out to restaurants?
Sometimes I go in a week. I get a salad. My neighbor took me. I had took him and I do drive. I drove my neighbor to the hospital.
She drove the neighbor to the hospital, not the neighbor drove her. She drove the neighbor.
And, anyway, he said, you want some gas money? No. I said, if I need to go to the hospital, I'm not going to pay you for no gas. You just going to take me to the hospital. That's what I'm doing for you today. And now he says, okay. Well, we go to lunch one day. And we did. We went to lunch, and that was nice. And then he said, something was going on next week. We went to another place. So next couple of weeks, we go somewhere else. And it's just nice. My neighbors are really nice. I'm so happy. They bring my garbage can in for me, and bring newspaper closer to the door. I just feel I am really kind of pumped up a little bit.
Yeah, little blasted. Y'all know I always say I'm God's favorite, but she the one that's really the favorite. She is the favorite. So we're going to say, you mentioned that you drink 16 ounces of water with vitamin C in it.
Yes.
And the last time we were together, you mentioned that you chop up some ginger and drink that with lemon. Do you still do that?
I still do that.
Okay. Now, what's because you said you don't ask why we doing the vitamin C, but why the ginger and the lemon?
Well, it has changed the pH because I don't need to have a lot of acid. I need to be more alkaline. Not too much. Mm-hmm. It's just if you just get where you're not acid. Acid is dangerous to you.
Okay.
It doesn't let you do your function, your organs function correctly. And you want to be more alkaline. So those two items is the one would do that. And plus I grow my lemons and I grow my ginger. And I have big hunks of it. And
I feel so inefficient. Feel so inefficient.
Yeah, I have and I just cleaned a bunch of it. You saw that in the
I did see it. Yeah.
And I slice up lemon. When I get too many out there, I'll slice them up and put them in a tray, put them in the freezer overnight. I take them out of the freezer and put them in Ziploc bags, so many in there, and I take them out like the night before, and they're all ready to go into my warm water.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And ginger and lemon, both of them help with inflammation, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason.
So you've got arthritis or there's a lot of things that are age related that ginger will help, right? Now, are you concerned about age illnesses?
Well, not a lot, because I think I have studied about and know my body pretty well. And I have the best relationship with my doctor. I've had her over 10 years. We're friends.
Okay.
She's not just my doctor. She's my friend. I love her. And when I go and if something's wrong, I always tell her, because she won't know what to do unless I tell her.
Right.
And she give me a remedy. She just put me on a diet maybe 6 months ago. I said, I'm having trouble. I don't know what I'm going to do. When I stand up, I have this gas. What am I doing? I'm embarrassed. And she says, okay, I'm going to put you on this diet 30 days. And when I went back, I could stand up and didn't have no music. I love her for that. And she gave me a star because I followed the rules. And I look for a star. I've been getting a star every time I go. She said, you're doing so well to be your age. And I thank God for that and for my doctor. Thank you, Doc. Yeah, that helped me. Because you have to, I'm a pooper watcher. You have to watch yourself and know what you need to get corrections on. You just sit there and let it happen. It's getting worse and worse. You know, that's where you have to. I do take care of my body the best I know how. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. Okay. And I thank God for that.
Okay. So you're not concerned so much about aging because of the way that you care for yourself. Now, do you think that somebody like me might need to be concerned about aging?
Absolutely, because I'm the end result of what I did.
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. I want to be like you. I want to be able to still do stuff.
And I do have issues. Mm-hmm. Listen, I have issues. I can't smell a darn thing. That's an issue. But I don't make it worse. I don't have to smell it.
That might be a blessing.
That's the only one I lost. I can hear, okay, I can see, I can walk, I do all that stuff. But when it comes to smelling, I fail that one.
Okay, well, might not be a bad thing.
Somebody
married might be saying, how do I get that?
But somebody said it was COVID, but I think it's the beginning before COVID.
Okay.
So I can't put it all on there. It could have helped.
Okay.
Because I probably was smelling a little better now. Because now I don't smell it. The house could be burning down.
Now, I have noticed recently, for me, that, see, it happens just like this too. I'll be in the middle of a sentence and, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I do. I'm searching for a word, and I know the word because I am a wordsmith. I love words. Like you. I think I told y'all last time, I play Scrabble with her, and she falls asleep while I'm trying to find a word. then it'll come back and do a word, and 3 seconds later, she's like, okay, go ahead. I'll be back when you find your word. But I am struggling. It annoys me to no end that in the middle of a sentence, a simple word to me, it's gone. I can't find it, and I feel like I'm about to. Am I starting to get that D word?
I have that happens to everybody, because I was telling my granddaughter, who's in her 30s, early 30s, and I said, I can't remember. She said, I don't want to get dementia. She said, I don't remember either. I probably don't remember as much as you do. Okay. I don't remember either. So I talked to a lot of people. Then the world is changing. It could be that, because we are living in very strange times now. And that's concerning. So that could be some of the reason why we don't always remember. I don't, but I may be 12 o'clock at night. Remember the word I tried to start this morning.
It happens all the time.
But I remember. So, okay. That's the times, I think, have a lot to do with that. That's what I'm feeling. I'm not going to just give up and say, okay, I got dementia because I can't remember. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
And don't you either.
Right, okay. So dementia is not a concern for you?
Semi. Because of my age, things happen to my body that I don't have, because plaque is something I'm making up. But that's why I use the ginger and the lemon to keep the plaque from forming. But it may still, I don't know how fast, I don't know how things go, but I do the best I can to keep that from forming, messing with my memory.
Yes, right.
That's what I mean.
Right. Because dementia is not just all of a sudden your memory is gone.
Oh, it's a long time.
Yeah.
And from the reports, you're getting it a little earlier now than you did before. Because it was, when you get to your 30s and 40s, you need to start wondering and taking better care of yourself. Stop eating all that stuff that can cause it.
Okay.
Okay.
So dementia is formed from your diet?
Well, it has something to do with it. Your diet has lots to do with your body, the way your body functions.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And it makes sense.
Yeah, because I don't have a cold. I did get COVID. I only felt sick for one day. That was it. But I don't get colds or stuff like that. I'm pretty okay. I wear out because I had carpal tunnel syndrome, overusing my hands like that. But I do take very good care of myself, and because I watch my body speak to me and I hear it.
Gotcha.
That's my point. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you have any big plans for the future?
I surely do. One of the main ones is I want to meet certain people, but I want to live to be 100. And I'm striving to do that. I want to be walking too.
Yeah.
I want to be hearing and seeing. That's one of the big plans. So you got to, if you're going to plan to be here, you got to do stuff to be here.
Yeah.
So that's what one of my future plans is, to make it to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you went for last year on your 93rd birthday, you went to the African American Museum, right?
That was one of my favorite birthdays. Oh my God, my daughter took me. She paid for everything. She got me. I'm a member of it. I'm a member of the museum now. And I feel good. And we spent 2 days going over the whole museum. And I was so glad. I said, I need to be in there somewhere. And I'm going to work at it. I'm going to work at being in that museum.
Well, they got the books. You wrote the books.
Yeah.
And not only did you write the books, but you also, what is it called? See, that right there. You distributed and what else? Published. That's the word I'm looking for. Published. You authored, published, and distributed your books, right?
Yeah, my first book, I had 27 book signings. That went everywhere.
27
and
book
I was
signings.
so glad about that. Then COVID came, so that shut us all down.
Okay, right. Well, that is phenomenal in itself.
But I enjoy doing it. And I want to work. I want to do some more books. I have 2 almost finished now. So then I'm getting back, because last year I was kind of getting back into me, and I just kind of wasn't doing too much last year. The surgeries kind of stopped me up, and I just wanted to get back into myself, and that's what I did.
Right. And so do you have any more videos that you plan to do on your own, on your YouTube channel?
I am. I do. My channel is called Survivor Tips from Aunt Shirley. That's where you find me on
YouTube.
On YouTube, and I was off for like a whole year because sometimes you had to get back into yourself, and I did. I was a recluse for a minute. I lost my brother, not one I had raised. That was like losing 7 kids because he was number 7 to go. And I wasn't ready for him to leave, so I mourned a little longer than I should have. But you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do it.
And so I got up and started over, and I'm doing something now that I didn't think I would ever do.
What is that?
AI.
Oh, yes!
I am studying AI. I've got certificate. I have Chat GPT and Midjourney already. So I'm in school now.
And so what is AI for those who
That's
don't know?
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It's so much of it that I don't know, but I've learned a lot. Because I've been in it now about maybe 2.5 months. And I can't wait to get to the computer to get back on my next class. I've been taking it, and I'm going to get all of the certificates. And I'm going to learn how. And the reason I wanted to do it is to know how to react and talk in this world we living in.
Right.
And I wanted to help with my books and just advertising and to maybe make a few, because everybody gonna need more money. And I might do something with that. I hope so.
All right.
If I learn how to do that, I'm gonna definitely utilize that potential, and that's what I'm working at.
Yeah.
And I'd be so excited when I get the little certificates. I don't want to call them little because they're not little.
They're real. We should have put them so you could show them.
I sure should
the real certificates
they
from the.
Well, I'll tell you when I get my next one. I'll show you all 3.
Yes, that's an excellent idea because it is. It's a big thing. I'm still fascinated by the fax machine. No kidding, because it's amazing to me to have a picture here in America that in 3 seconds it was going to transmit to China. That I'm still fascinated by it, and I know technology has come and advanced much further than the fax machine, but AI is really a big thing, and we all need to get on it. I don't personally love the idea of having artificial intelligence doing things.
I was so afraid of it. Then I said, well, do you have to go and tackle what you're afraid of?
Right. Exactly.
That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
And y'all pray for me that I end up learning something and utilizing it like you're supposed to be.
Right.
So I won't be. I was really scared too.
Right.
I thought I said they're messing with God up there, but no, God is not.
God allowed it.
He allowed it to be.
Yes.
Yes.
So there it is.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, and talking about how much things have changed, what do you think the greatest difference is in family structures and from when you were born nearly 100 years ago and where we are now? What do you think is going on? What's happening?
Different. I sort of feel, I feel sorry for the youngsters now because they don't know what love is. They don't know how to communicate because they got this, what we trying to do now, they got the electronics and they talk to it and they don't talk to their parents or grandparents. They don't feel the love. I think we had genuine love. We had respect, and we love, and our parents loved us. But now they don't do nothing together. They don't even know each other, and I do feel sad about that because the love we had for our parents and they had for us. My mother was the Choctaw Indian. She didn't know how to hug and kiss us, but she would take her hand, and when we'd done something that she really liked, instead of hug, she would take the back of her hand and put it on our jaw and up like this. And that was our wonderful hug that we got from her.
Oh, that's sweet.
And we would, to get this, you done did something right. And I wish I could, I should have started using that with my children. But I learned to hug and kiss, and I wanted to be different. I wanted them to know how to get that because I didn't know how to do that either.
Right.
So I'm glad. And it's just hard now because they don't have no respect for the parents. And they don't, somebody pass away, it's just, something I don't even know if they even cry. And it's sad that, especially with the grandparents, they get abused a lot of the time from it. And I hate to hear about that, but then it depends on where you start out. And every family is different, so you can't try to correct them. Because I just try to look out for me, and I'm doing the best I can with that.
Yeah.
And
so where do you think we lost it, though?
I think I'm starting with electronics. I do think because they used to come and ask us, Mom, what's so? They don't have to ask us nothing. They find you right there. Until you got left out there. Because sometimes we had to ask them because they're the one that didn't find the answer. We don't know it. So I don't know how would that make a difference. I don't know. That's my opinion.
So you don't feel like my generation ask you questions or the kids? Because I personally love this interaction where I get to learn things from you, but you don't feel like my generation is approaching you for the wisdom.
They are not, no, because they don't have to. Why? They get it from straight from there, and mine is watered down. I may not even know.
Oh, that's good.
I may not even. So they go and ask there. Now they know I don't know nothing. They know.
Wow. So are you saying that figuratively that your generation doesn't know, or that we treat you like you don't know?
Well, a lot of time we don't know.
Oh.
We don't
Because
know.
I feel so blessed that you're fully there. There's nothing lacking, and you're full of energy and vitality.
Yeah.
So you are an anomaly in some sense.
Exactly. That's what I feel too.
Okay. So, how can we fix that?
I wish I knew.
Okay.
I wish I knew. But I know one thing, a lot of them don't believe in God now. And that might have something. I won't say, but we had to go to church when we grew up. We had to go, and a lot of them, the parents don't believe in it. Don't believe in there's a God. I do believe there is. I've had quite a few miracles happen to me. It's unexplainable. So I call them miracles, and you think about it, I experienced them. So there you go.
Wow, glory to God.
Yeah.
So, I heard about your plans. Are there any people that you would like to meet?
You know what? There is. I'm gonna look in the camera because I want Roland Martin to hear this. I want to meet Roland Martin. I really do. I heard it. I was listening to his channel the other day. I had been listening, but this one caught me. He was talking about how the blacks are doing and so forth, and I'm all caught up in that because I was one of the marchers in the city. I was down when Martin Luther King was in charge and doing stuff. I was right out there. I was marching too. I was doing all that stuff. I was working. I used my house for election. I was always in there, especially for black people. We had to help each other.
Yeah.
And then I've been pushing that, helping each other. And he came up with a little twist that made me know it. Wait a minute, maybe I should say something else now. Roland Martin, I want to meet you.
No, what was the twist that he said though?
He was talking about how we just talking about help yourself, help one another, and we don't have nothing. How we gonna help somebody? We don't have nothing ourselves.
Right, because that's what you are always talking about with Kwanzaa is about unity and helping yourself. Okay.
Yeah, but I understood where he was coming from.
Right.
And I want to just talk to him about that. If something else could be done, let's figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was talking about how we don't get the loans. We don't know how. Let's come up with something like that.
How to get the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I want to read here. And another one, I want to meet Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
And the reason I want to meet her, in the 70s, I had a little small shop. I lived in Berkeley, California at that time. And I had this little beauty shop on Ashby Avenue. She used to pass by and stop at our door and knock on it. She never came in. And she did that quite a while, her and her little granddaughter. No, her daughter. That was her daughter, yeah. And they would pass by. And she was just, she wasn't Whoopi then, I don't think. But anyway, I remember her. When I saw her, I remembered her. I just wanted, I would like to meet her.
Okay.
She's on my bucket list.
Okay.
I wonder if she remembered that little Shirley's Beauty Shop.
Oh my God.
Little tiny shop there. And we was always jammed, full of people.
Okay.
They'd get off board and come straight to us.
Okay.
And that was sort of fun time. But she never came in. She just always would walk by. Sometimes she may hit on our door and said, okay, get out of jail, come out of jail in there or something like that. But she never came in.
Okay.
I need to meet her and just talk to her.
Awesome.
And she see if she remember our little shop there on Ashby Avenue in Berkeley.
By the BART station.
By the BART station. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Because I see her now. I said, I just wonder if she remember us.
Okay.
And I'm grateful that she's made so much good come to, she just,
Does a lot of
outsmart.
good.
She's done well, and I
Mhm.
like that. I want to say, hey, you did it, girl. You
Mhm.
did well.
Yeah, outspoken on
Yeah.
The View, right?
I love her on The View.
Mhm.
I tape it so I won't miss nothing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes indeed.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And there's one more lady.
Okay.
I haven't met her either, and her name is Zernona Clayton. She and I are the same age,
Okay.
and she doing it, and I think I'm doing it.
Okay.
And I wanted to. I came from a different side of the track. She was
Okay.
on the track where they had stuff. I was on the other side, but it was the same era. I would like to just talk to her about and tell about my side. I want to hear about her side.
All right.
Since
Okay.
we both 94 years old.
Yeah, because it's
I think that would be a good thing for me. I do want to meet her. She's a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
She does not look 94. And I just feel like she would end my bucket list if I got to meet Zernona Clayton.
Okay. Okay.
That's my bucket list. All right.
Okay. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Is there anything else that you would love to educate our audience on? Anything?
Oh, well, one thing I would say, be good to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Start with yourself first. Because you can't teach nobody else. And cut out stuff that you know anytime you open your mouth to eat some potato chips or a bunch of sugar, soda, you hurting your heart, you hurting your mind. Don't do that to yourself.
Right.
Because it's going to come out in the wash, and that's going to be in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you put the right food in there. Make sure you get enough sleep, because sleep deprivation is also a disease too.
Right.
Learn your body and try to help it. Don't be mean to it. When you eat all that stuff, when you drink alcohol, you're being mean to yourself. Stop it.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to leave with everybody.
Yeah.
That'll fit anybody that listen to me.
Okay. Well, I want to remind you that she is Shirley Sanders, the author of the several books that we looked at, Ceci's Journey, The Lockwoods and the Canards, and
My website?
The website is
www.s-sanders.com.
SANDERS.com. Yeah. And let's see what else. The YouTube channel is
Survivor Tips from Aunt Shirley.
Survival Tips from Aunt Shirley. And also, I didn't mention it this time, but I do want to make sure we talk about it because she's giving you some special tips about health and vitality throughout this exchange we're on. She is a certified doctor where the certification was ripped away. So she is the doctor of nutrition, but the school that she went to did not have proper accreditation. So she doesn't talk about it very much.
No, because if they didn't get it correct, so I can't put it on. I had it on the wall. I had to take it down because it was not properly done.
Mm-hmm.
But I went through that, and all those studying, I read 78 books. And I feel like I did learn something reading those 78 books to trying to get my PhD.
Yes. So she got the PhD in nutrition from a school that didn't do their proper work to pass out those degrees, but they took the money. They took the money. So she's
but we had good teachers because some of the authors of those books, I did learn a lot. We had good teachers. They were legitimate people, but they just wasn't a school that was certified. It was one like this going on in this time now that didn't get proper certification, is out there charging for it.
Yes. So that's that. And I appreciate you watching with us today. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that you've had some laughter. And just because I know that this is important to me and to her, what is your prescription for peace?
I think honesty, number first, being truthful, patient, sharing, and love thy neighbor.
Okay.
Love
thy neighbor as thyself.
And remember the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments got all the laws of God and man. So those are the things that will bring peace. I have so much peace and joy. Oh, I have pain and hurt and all that. That's normal. But then I know that. So why am I going to have it? Oh, this. It's not going to hurt any less.
Sure. Absolutely.
So I feel like if you just be good to one another and love thy neighbor yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not even not hard to do because my neighbor's so good to me.
Yes, yes.
I've been so blessed. I thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
And I will be back. I just got started.
And something that you just said that you said to me yesterday, you just reminded me of something you said. You said when you go out for your walk with your stick.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and say what you said. When you go with your stick and you looking at yourself bent over.
Oh. I have a ring, and when I go outside, every now and then I look and see who's been on my driveway. I just want to see who's out there. Oh, somebody's coming. I look, and I decided to look, and I saw this old lady, all bent over. I said, "Who in the heck is that on my lawn, on my driveway?" She got a dog. Oh my God, who is that? I looked close around, and it was me and my little dog, Louie. And I bought that stick, and I've been walking straight ever since. I do not stoop up when I walk. I'm 94, but I walk standing up straight because I have a stick.
Yes.
That holds me up. So get a stick if you bend it over. I don't like the cane because you have to stoop over to get it. And you stay down there. I don't. I stand straight.
Yeah.
So
but you said it hurt when you bend over, and it hurt when you're up straight.
So go ahead and hurt, but be straight.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you again for watching. You guys.